Hey, this is Scott of photography.bonsai.com. Today I'm going to make a passport photo with my camera gear, setting things up here using f8 aperture. It's good for the situation so you have a nice depth of field and sharpness. And I also connect a monitor to the camera itself to make things easier to see what's going on, which I'll show in a second. So there's the monitor. I have a tripod with a piece of tape so I can pre-focus on it pretty easily. So that's the main setup with the monitor. Here's the tripod that I'm focusing on. I have a string with a weight at the end so that I can get it straight on where I stand. And of course the wireless shutter release fires off the camera flash. In this case I don't have a trigger at the moment, so I was using the S2 mode on the flash to fire off the 3 other flashes. So I have 2 on the sides and 1 behind me. And here I'm just modifying the settings. You can go, this is a TT600 Godox flash. Go in there and change it to S2 mode. Also in this example, I use a flash trigger with my TT600 flash units. I picked this one up kind of as a temporary thing because I'm waiting on the different trigger that they are releasing. This is the XT16. Pretty simple. Has some channel adjustment. You can change power between different groups. The thing it doesn't do is high-speed sync, and it's not specific to any manufacturer. Here's a TT600 with a large diffusion umbrella type thing. I also have, of course, the one in the back and the other one on the side. In this case, you want to set up the flash to use wireless receiving mode, and I use channel 4 in this situation. It doesn't really matter, and they're all set to the same group. For the United States, you can go on a website and figure out what specifically they will accept in the photo. It's 2 by 2 inches. I use 300 dot point. There's a few other parameters like a white background, no shadows, also no glasses. Pretty simple stuff, but you just need to keep all of it in mind in the situation. They have a lot of example photos that you can go through, figure out what they will accept and what they won't accept. In this case, I have some glasses on, but it's just for the example. I use a tool, I can't remember if it's Dodge or Burn, to clear up the background and make it more white. So I'm basically overexposing the background a little bit. So just go over that quite a bit. And then I make a new image 2 inches by 2 inches, 300 dot point. I will paste my photo into this once I add it. So just copy this over to the other image. And then I will resize. Control 0 does that zoom out thing. And you want to get it about the size of what they would accept. This one's probably not going to work for the example. I think they usually want some more shoulder in there. It might work. I didn't go into specific, real specifics on this example. And then in Photoshop, if you have those rulers showing, you can drag lines down to the image to kind of estimate how large your face is in the photo. Like I mentioned, or I probably didn't mention, it has to be at least an inch large, and I think it's 3/8 of an inch and 3/8 maximum. So you can use Photoshop to figure out if it's large enough or too small or whatever. And then I also make a new image, just simple 4x6 photo. There's some already predefined templates for that. And it's 300 dot point, so the same DPI as the image I just made. I'll just drag this example in, or actually copy and paste just in case. And then I duplicate it after I add a little border. The reason I add this border here is that when I cut it out with scissors, I will get relatively straight lines. If you don't do that, it'll be hard to see where the photo ends and the background of the print is. And here I just duplicate a second time. So when you print this out at a store or wherever you want to go, you'll probably spend 30 cents or something on this print here, and you'll have two instead of one, just to fill it up a little bit. So that's about it. Hope you found this useful. Thanks.